Welcome to our videos on advanced features of Google AdWords. In this video, we'll look at what the website optimizer reports will tell us. Okay, it's been a couple of days since our last video, so let's see how our testing pages are doing. So if we go back to Tools, so let's go back to Website Optimizer. Okay, some information has come in, and that's really just from me clicking around the pages. So we have our multivariate test and our A/B test. And at the main screen for Website Optimizer, it gives you overview statistics. So page visitors for multivariate tests, 6, and for A/B testing, 3 page visitors, which is just me, of course, visiting multiple times. And each one of those has a conversion of 1. I did visit the conversion pages more than once, but very usefully and to help with accuracy of testing, it appears that Google does a number of checks to make sure that even if one person visits the conversion page more than once, that they're only counted once. Obviously, I can't tell you exactly how Google does this because without actually working at Google, there's no real way of finding that out. But I would assume that if they're really very careful about assuring that one conversion is really tracked as just one conversion, even if that visitor comes back multiple times, then Google may pay attention again to things like cookies. Cookies are a fairly basic way of tracking, so Google may even pay attention to IP address and browser session information to help as much as possible to keep these statistics accurate, which is good for you. Okay, so overall for multivariate tests, 6 page visitors, which was me visiting multiple times, clearing cookies each time, conversion, just 1. So a 16.67% conversion rate. Finish time isn't applicable because it's still an ongoing experiment. For A/B testing, 3 visits, 1 conversion, or 33.33% conversion rate. So let's take a more detailed look at these reports. First of all, let's take a look at the A/B testing report. And importantly, it says, we have not gathered enough data yet to show any significant results. When we collect more data, we should be able to show you a winning combination. So that's the reason a lot of this is still blank. And of course, unless you have, when you're testing pages and just want to play around with the reports here, you may want your coworkers to visit your pages or get your friends and family to visit your pages just to get some meaningful statistics so you can become familiar with the report before you start making your pages live for everyday visitors to your site. Okay, so with the A/B combination, there are just 2 pages. There's the original page and the combination page, combination 1. And as you can see, there's no meaningful data yet for estimated conversion rate range. Chance to beat original, chance to beat all, observed improvement, all are blank. All we have is conversions and visitors. So, okay, for the original page, 0 conversions, 2 visitors. For the combination page, 1 conversion, 1 visitor. And with this report, you also have the option of showing the best combination or the worst combination. But again, not enough data here yet to offer anything meaningful. But once you have a decent amount of data and it's being displayed in these reports here, Google does make things self-explanatory in these reports, so it should be quite straightforward for you to read the information presented to you. However, when you do have enough data, all these 4 columns will fill in. So let me just quickly talk you through what they refer to. First of all, estimated conversion rate range. Often when you're talking about internet marketing, conversion rates are described as if the page converted 25% or the page converted at 10%, that of course is an approximation across the entire number of visitors you've chosen to measure. For example, 1,000 visitors for a week, you get an average conversion rate over that week, and on average it converts to 25%. But it may range from 5% for certain visitors to 50%. So what it's going to show you here in estimated conversion rate range is Google's going to make an estimate as well as it can of the range of the different conversion rates. And of course the number in the middle is your average conversion rate. But it doesn't just present you an average conversion rate, it actually shows you the range, which is useful to know. Okay, chance to beat original. Basically what this column does, it shows you the probability that Google has calculated, according to the data already collected, that presents you with a probability that the combinations that you're testing against the original will do better than the original. So obviously, the higher the value here, the more Google is estimating that this combination will do better than the original from the data it's already received. And possibly over time, as more and more data is received, these figures will all change, of course. But it's really the estimated conversion rate range, the chance to beat the original, the chance to beat all. They're Google's way of trying to be as helpful as possible about the outcome of the test before the test has fully run its course. Okay, chance to beat all. Very similar to that. What is the chance that this combination will beat all other combinations? Again, presented as a probability. Okay, and observed improvement. Basically, this takes all the combinations you're testing against your original and presents how well they're doing against the original page. For example, if combination 1 is getting twice as many e-zine sign-ups as the original page, observed improvement would be 100% or around that. If it's doing half as many, observed improvement would be minus 100%. But again, these 4 columns are really just to help you, really for Google to present you with as helpful data as possible that's calculated from the amount of testing you've done to date. Obviously, the longer you run your tests, the more concrete the actual numbers become. And specifically, the longer you run the tests, the more accurate the overall conversion rate is going to be, because you'll get when you have a decent amount of data, the numbers you'll get will become more and more meaningful and more concrete. So really, you could say the overall conversion rate, the longer you leave it, the more accurate it is, but these 4 columns are really just to help you predict as much as possible how the test is going to turn out over time.